Welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online. So you'd like to start playing? Well, there's a few things you'll probably want to think about as you begin your journey. First is, what sort of role do you want to play in the game? As a solo player, there's lots of options for how you can configure your character. But you may want to think towards the roles that you'll play in a party. There's three primary ones. There's the damage dealers. These are the folks who can dish out the heavy hits, but can't necessarily take that much in return. Then there's healers. These are the folks who make sure that everybody stays healthy, everyone stays alive. They patch up any damage that's coming in. And then there's the tanks. These are the folks whose job it is to make sure that the really dangerous threats don't go and smash the rest of the party. So if there's one big boss mob, it's the tank's job to keep them occupied and make sure that nobody else gets obliterated when they throw out their big heavy attacks. There's also kind of a fourth role, and that's the soloist's role. For a lot of time when you're leveling, if you're playing alone, you'll need to be kind of a combination of all three of these. You'll need to be tough enough to withstand the kind of enemies that you'll be facing. You need to be able to heal yourself up so that you're not injured for a long time and having to wait for natural healing to occur. And you'll need to be able to do damage because you're going to be the only one there who can defeat the threats that come before you. So with that kind of a breakdown in mind, let's talk about some of the choices that you'll be making to help make yourself an effective character in whichever role you're going for. So the first big choice you'll be faced with after character creation, or as part of character creation, is which of your stats you want to focus on. There are three main ones. There's magicka, health, and stamina. Health is kind of self-explanatory. It's how much damage can you take. The smaller your health pool, the fewer hits it takes to knock you down. In general, if you have a small health pool, you'll be pretty fragile, but even if you invest an awful lot in health, you can still be knocked down. It may take slightly longer, but you're never going to be completely invincible. Magic and stamina, on the other hand, are stats that give you a pool of points to pay for different abilities that you have, be they magical abilities or basically physical abilities. Healers, for instance, need to have magic because all the healing that's done is magical healing. So a nice big pool of magicka, and you want the ability to recover magicka quickly. We can talk about the choices you can make in character creation that affect that. But essentially, it's important to pick one of the three to focus on. And generally, you're only going to be focusing on health if you're a tank, and even then, you're not going to be putting all your points into it probably. Tanks are fairly complex to make because they need a little bit of everything, and they can't afford to just spread everything out, so more on that later. Magicka is basically if you want to focus on magical type attacks, and stamina is for physical attacks, like if you want to use a bow or you want to use swords, you want to use abilities based on that. The reason that's important to focus is the damage that you do is based off of your maximum value plus your weapon damage, and there's a formula that goes into that. So stamina plus weapon damage or magicka plus spell damage, and so the higher your maximum trait is, the more damage you do. So if you split evenly between magic and stamina, you can do a little bit of damage with both, but you'll be doing a lot less than you'd be able to if you focused in one area. So just something to keep in mind. Basically, you're going to be a magicka character or a stamina character, or you're going to be a tank. So let me pop out of here. I'll start setting up a new character, and we can see the sort of options you get as you're building that character. So here we have character creation. The first choice that you make in character creation is which alliance you want to be part of. Three alliances available are the Daggerfall Covenant, the Aldemary Dominion, and the Ebonheart Pact. The only effect choosing your alliance really has at this point is when you go into a PvP zone, you can only group with people in your own alliance, and people in other alliances can kill you and you can kill them. Apart from that, though, any alliance can play with any other alliance in the regular world, so essentially pick whichever one looks most interesting. Most of my characters are in the Ebonheart pack just because. With the Deluxe Edition, you can also pick any race for any alliance, which is an important thing, because that's your next choice. Which race do you want to play? So, first race is Breton. These are your kind of basic human-looking people. Bretons are a Magicka-based race, though. So they have bonuses to maximum Magicka, to Magicka recovery. They're basically a great choice to pick if you want a Magicka-type character, because they're very strong for that. Also in the Daggerfall Covenant are Orcs. And Orcs are a much more physical race. They have bonuses to health and health regeneration. They also have bonuses to stamina and melee attacks. So if you're planning on doing a stamina-type character, they're a good choice. The last race in the Daggerfall Covenant is Red Guards. They're another stamina race, and they have bonuses to max stamina and stamina regeneration, and they have a special racial bonus that lets them get back stamina as they do melee attacks. So that can help keep you going for a little while longer than some of the other races. Over in the Aldemary Dominion, you've got the High Elves, or the Altmer. They're another Magicka race, so they've got a bonus to maximum Magicka. They've also got a bonus to elemental damage, and a lot of Magicka characters will wind up doing either fire or lightning or cold, so that makes the High Elves a very strong choice for a Magicka-based character. Next race are the Wood Elves, the Bosmer. They are a stamina race, so they've got bonuses to stamina and stamina recovery. They're a little stealthier than other races. They've got a little bit of disease resistance. So they're a good choice if you want to play kind of a sneaky stamina character, or if you just like the look. The last race in the Aldemary Dominion are the Kashyyyts. They're the cat people. So you can see they have a very different look from all the rest. They're another stamina race, so they've got bonuses to stamina and stamina recovery, and they also have a bonus to weapon damage. So if you're planning on attacking a lot with weapons, they're a good race to pick for that. Over in the Ebonheart Pact, the native races are Argonian, which are the lizard people, complete with tails. They have bonuses to healing and healing received, as well as health and magic. So they're not a bad choice for healers, although they're not the strongest overall. Dark Elves are another kind of dual race. They've got bonuses to both Magicka and stamina, though lesser bonuses than what the Bretons and the High Elves get. And they have extra damage with fire. So if you're being a fire-using character, they're a good choice. They also make pretty good tanks. And the last race in the Ebonheart Pact are the Nords. These are basically the sort of half-giant race. They're nice and tall. They have resistance to incoming damage, higher base health, health regeneration, and some stamina. So they're another kind of tank class, or tank-style race. And then the very last race are the Imperials. A little bit closer to pure human even than the Bretons are. They've got bonuses to health and stamina, and probably have the best overall suite of stats. So if you're planning on going a stamina or a tank, or actually even a Magicka character, you can do fairly well with an Imperial. Once you have your race chosen, the next choice is your class. Obviously, choose gender too. The next choice is your class. There are 4 classes. So Dragon Knights are best at tanking. No other class gets as many abilities to mitigate damage, or to deal with large numbers of enemies, or to shield the whole party. So they're basically the premier tank class in the game. Now they can do damage too. They can even heal, but their abilities are focused more strongly towards tanking than anything else. Sorcerers are basically a damage type class, although they do have some excellent healing abilities too. They have some good self-defense abilities, like a personal shield that's the biggest one in the game, and they can summon pets. So if you wanted to have a flying pterodactyl type thing, or a small lizard that goes out and fights for you, sorcerers are the one to go with. Nightblades are the sneaky class. They're the only ones that get the ability to turn invisible. They're very damage focused, but they can also be really good healers too. A lot of their abilities will do damage to an enemy and give health back to you or your party. And then the last class are Templars. Templars are excellent overall. They do some of the best damage in the game, and they are easily the best healers. They can not only repair damage that's done to your health, they can restore missing stamina for everyone in the party. They're just excellent all around, and they can do damage in melee or at range. There's very little that a Templar can't do. The choices beyond here are basically just how you want to look. So you can kind of go through those. Do you want to be thin, muscular, large? There's kind of a wide variety. If you want to look tough, or you want to look frail, or you want to look young or old, there's a lot of choices you can make. Once you've made those, basically it's time to log in and get started on the story. Look forward to seeing you in game.